Hey guys, today I'm going to discuss the state of anti-vehicle in Eternal Crusade version 1.0.21e. This patch has massively nerfed the effectiveness of melter and fusion weaponry against vehicles, so as a result I'm going to discuss these changes and the current efficacy of the other anti-vehicle weapons. First up, all melter and fusion weaponry, apart from the melter bombs, have had their anti-vehicle damage massively reduced. At the same time, they have had their damage drop off against all targets removed. This means that as long as your target is within the weapon's range, you will apply the maximum damage regardless of how close you are. In short, these changes have made it way harder to quickly kill vehicles with melter weaponry, especially when solo, but easier to kill infantry due to the removal of the damage drop-off. As you can see in this clip from last patch, shooting the rear armour of a rhino with a full burst from a melter or fusion gun used to take about 90% of its health. However, since the nerfs, it now takes about 20%. Personally, I think the damage nerf was a good idea, but they've taken it too far. I think they should have made it so that 3 full bursts to the rear of a rhino from a solo melter gun would be enough to destroy it. Now that the damage is really low, a solo fire dragon is best used by taking the melter bomb bundle, which only fire dragons can get, and using both bombs on one vehicle, then just running away to get more bombs, because currently a solo fusion gun no longer does meaningful damage to vehicles. However, if you have another fire dragon nearby, and you can coordinate with them to fire your guns in relay, you can build up the damage over time so that you can kill a rhino in 3 bursts between the two of you. Just keep in mind that your weapons have to be fired in relay for this to work. If, as in this clip, you fire concurrently, the damage over time will not build high enough or be applied for long enough to kill the vehicle as quickly as possible. This is a technique that was originally developed for using with fusion pistols to make them do way more damage to vehicles when used together. However, it is now also very necessary to use the relay technique if you want to get the most out of the fusion and melter guns. Since the damage nerf, fusion pistols are in my opinion no longer worth using. Even if, as shown in this clip, you fire them in relay with another fusion pistol, their damage is pretty awful. Worse yet, if you use the relay technique alongside a fusion gun, they still put out so little damage that they are no longer worth the 100 extra loadout points compared to the cost of the shuriken pistols. If you play either of the marine factions and still want to use melter weaponry by yourself, I would now advise using the multi-melter, because 1 full burst to the rear of a transport vehicle, combined with a crack grenade, takes about 80% of the vehicle's health. This means you only need another short burst at the end to finish it off. The Reaper launcher's secondary fire mode, which is called the Starshot missile, is currently very good at anti-vehicle damage. It can also be used to kill infantry in one hit, but due to its charge time and very small area of effect, this can be quite difficult to do. The Starshot is also the only infantry weapon that Eldar have for killing quad cannons or vehicles from long range, so since the nerf to fusion guns I've actually replaced my Fire Dragon loadout with the Dark Reaper launcher. The Power Fist and Claw do very good anti-vehicle damage, but are difficult to hit a moving vehicle with. Additionally, when used against infantry, they can break a lot of weapons in one hit, making it very easy to kill enemies using low-tier melee weapons. This is particularly strong because currently light attacking breaks the weapon of someone that is debashing. Las cannons and zap def guns do good anti-vehicle damage, but can suffer from line of sight issues due to it being safer for them to attack from long range. This is because it is very difficult to kill infantry with these weapons due to them requiring you to keep your cursor on your target until you have fully charged your shot. Even then, if your target iframes or moves quickly enough, you will miss them. In contrast, the Cannon Def Gun is much easier to kill infantry with because its charge up does not require you to keep your cursor on a target, and its projectile explodes on impact, doing AoE damage. On top of this, it can actually kill vehicles about as fast, if not slightly faster, than the Las Cannon and Zap Def Gun can. All versions of the rocket launcher are now doing their intended damage. Previously, the standard rocket launcher was not hitting as hard as the versions that dropped from crates. Thankfully, this has recently been fixed. Unfortunately, the super stick bomb is still very unreliable when it comes to sticking to vehicles or even applying its damage when it explodes near vehicles. Overall, the changes to melter weaponry in this patch seem to have been primarily intended to make melter and fusion guns take about as long to destroy vehicles as most of the other anti-vehicle weapons do. Also, due to melter bombs now hitting way harder than any other anti-vehicle weapon available, I would highly recommend that you equip them on any of your classes that can take them. Cheers for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe and check out my Twitch channel. Also, if you enjoy game montages set to music, then check out my friend Sayratan's channel by clicking the video link at the bottom of the screen. And as always, I'm just nipping to the loo, I'll be right back.